Oh, did I just do that? I didn't have that screen as well. Look, where are we? There we go. Just a little bit of clumsy start this morning. G'day, Jen. Yeah, good morning, Todd. How are you feeling after last night's little adventure into the Bangkok again?
Awesome. Always good. Always good.
Yeah, we had a good night last night. It was a lot of fun. Probably a little bit croaky. We had one scare. We went to the what do you call it, the meet up in the morning, and then sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we got a message come through on our line group that covers the meet up group. One of the guys sort of went home because he felt a bit under the weather, took the antigen test, and came up positive. Then he took a second antigen test, which also came up positive, so 2 positives. He let the group know, obviously, because that's what you do. So we're all sort of discussing it around the table, having a beer or vodka or whatever we were drinking. And then, of course, we sort of made sure Susie knew and everybody's sort of in the same picture. Everybody's a little bit concerned, but then was it about 6 or 7 o'clock that night? He actually went to the hospital, did the PCR test. They got a result back in a couple of hours and said he was negative. So it was all good. But that's really what we got going on with the state of the nation these days. You've got to be really careful. As for the title here, yes, this is something we were talking about last night. Now, there is a video that's going to come out which has sort of Niall and Cody and their points of views on some of this stuff as well. But we thought we might throw it out there and start a discussion. So quickly before we start, don't forget we're going to be trying to wrap these little Saturday morning things down to an hour. So we are, working on a more condensed format. Hopefully less of me talking and more of you people interacting and following the channel a bit better. But the caveats, right? I keep on sort of saying this, and there is a link in all the videos. There is a platform out there called Odyssey. And it's an Odyssey. Odyssey is a platform that I have currently been syncing my YouTube content into that platform. So if YouTube got really, really snowflakey at any stage and decided that my next year going forward, because we've got some plans, if they felt that it was just unacceptable any longer and decided to pull the channel down, that won't worry me, right? I'm just going to be, again, it's one of those sort of things. All my content is on, or pretty much all my content is on the Odyssey platform. If you're not on Odyssey, then that's up to you. But currently you're the product, right? If you're on YouTube watching YouTube videos, you are the product. They're serving you ads, right, which pay which give the advertisers their revenue because of products that they sell. It gives YouTube their revenue stream because the advertisers pay for their ads to be in front of these videos. Whereas if you're on Odyssey, guess what? You earn cryptocurrency just to be part of the audience watching videos. Hey, let's work it in our advantage, But yeah, let's time out. I have no intention of closing my channel down. Let's make sure we understand that. I'm just making sure the fact that everybody is on the same page, right? And there is a few reasons why this discussion has come up. Anyway, let's go and look through what the previous comments are, because I know we started talking about 20 to 10 from Chill 40 Degrees in Missouri. G'day Robert, Matt Ponall. G'day everyone. So we said hi to Jen. He's lurking in the background. If you do want to come on and be part of the panel, you're quite welcome. Just click that little Discord link. If you haven't set up your Discord account, that's up to you. It's, really. You've had plenty of time. We've been doing Discord now for how long? 2 years. Just stop being slack. Don't be a slackers. Bloody slackers. Get on here and be part of the panel. Chris Brown said, the day sounds like enough is enough. Well, not so much. Like you're not going to cut off your nose to spite your face. And let's be right up there and totally transparent. Yes, YouTube pay me to have content on YouTube in the form of advertising revenue, right? It runs around a couple of $100 Australian a month, right? And as I said before, it pays for little trinkets for Chanya. It's not a living expense, but it's certainly, like you toe the line is the point. You toe the line where they're ever increasing snowflake attitude to what is politically correct. And the example I'll use, we'll get to that in a minute. But that's the thing. So do you go out, on an edge and then have them remove that income stream, which yes, I do pay tax on and everything else. Well, if it hits certain thresholds, it is. But that's another thing altogether. But yeah, so do you just cut off your nose to spite your face? If you don't want a total line, then that's it. They're just little yellow flags or not suitable for advertisers. That's the end of the story. You don't get paid, right? And I've had 2 videos in the last month, right, that has happened on. And in both cases, I thought that was an unfair decision because it's an AI making the decisions based on whatever criteria the AI is molded on. Right, and in my opinion, both videos should not have been demonetized. Right, this is really what it comes down to. But we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, but more than you said, I agree with you. Point made, but when you just keep it a bit clean, guys. We were discussing this before we started. Do you actually have to swear and curse to get your point across? Todd, your opinion on that one? Yeah.
No. I mean, if you've got differing opinions, yeah, it's a robust discussion, but you don't need to lower yourself to insults. I use that in hyphenations to get your point across. If you're 2 grown-up human beings and you want to have a discussion, have the discussion. I mean, there's that saying, everyone swears like a trooper. From experience, troopers don't swear.
Yeah. That's a military guy telling you troopers don't swear. That's it.
They probably swear amongst each other, but if you had a robust discussion with your commanding officer or whatever, exactly. And you swore, not on.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is the point. And of course, being Aussies, we grow up in our society where every second word is, the 7 deadly words you can't say on TV, from George Carlin. And that was piss, shit, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, mother, cock, and tits. Why tits is on there is anybody's guess, right? It could be a nickname.
It's actually a bird. It's a bird. A tit is a bird. It's part of the aviary family. I mean, I can say tit, and I'm talking about a bird.
That's it. Yeah, I know.
How can an AI distinguish against that?
And of course, half the human population has the C word. Yet, some grandmother over there said, "That's one word I'm not going to say." Right? Nobody else will allowed to say that word either because I've got one. Really? But anyway, you're swearing. But yeah, after a few beers, the expletives start coming out because you're relaxed and it's part of our vernacular as human beings these days. But when in a modern day society, we don't need to swear. It's not so much the swearing that concerns me. We've had a few live streams demonetized because the excessive use of the word F star star K.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do is going to start using words like in Battlestar Galactica, for instance, they had the word frack. Frack, yeah. We just need to start to use the word frack. We need to change our vernacular, right, and try to trick the AI, you know. But again, trying to get that working is a bit of a difficult one. Most people won't have a clue. Frack this, man. They don't quite get it, do they?
No.
Chris Brown, I was a moderator on Thai Visa Forum that helped catch a Farang pedophile in chat. Really? That's good work. But there are also, I've heard recently over the last 12 to 18 months, there actually, they want it changed to some sort of politically correct, minor attracted people or something.
Really?
Minor attracted, I don't know if that's the right words, but I know it's out there and it's out in the public vernacular because they don't want to be called a pedophile. Oh, seriously, could we have them against a wall and shoot them? Right? Anybody below the age of non-coerced, sexual congress, right? Under the age of 18 or even under the age of 16, I think it should be outlawed and there should not be in our society. End of story. But let's not go down the pedophile route because that's a very touchy subject. I could even say, yes, like when I was 18 years old, I could have been charged with pedophilia because the girl I was dating there is 15, and we had sexual congress, right? Does that make me a pedophile? Really? Well, she was only 15 and 9 months, and it soon got over that hurdle right within 3 months when she actually got a bit older. But we did have sexual congress. We were kids, but where do you draw the line? That's one of those sort of things. I don't think she's ever going to sort of file any charges against me. she's well, she'd be 57 now. You know what I mean? It's one of those weird ones. But that's the way that the society is going. The society we live in is completely screwed right now. Where does it stop? But anyway, moving right along. I didn't want to talk about pedophilia. Let's keep it clean. Yes. We got Dalo. Dalo's in the house. He says he doesn't want to ride motorcycles. It's all right. We've got a doctor's prescription there to get a couple of testicles. It's all right. I did send him that meme. I thought it was quite good. Must have thought it was funny. Good morning, gentlemen. Robert Groves. G'day. So sunny Charm. Always sunny in Charm. Probably drought weather down in Charm right now, isn't it? Michelle Casey girl. I'll try to behave. Little devil. Moving right along. Morning. Yes, it does. It seems like heading down a very slip. I couldn't agree with you more. Nowadays, Jill goes dodging. Bruce Grant. I'm not quite sure what that means. But anyway, how's Thailand, Todd?
Thailand is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. The stress factors, the beard, everything is falling off me.
Yep, you notice he did the shave. There you go. It's all off.
No more John Burke impersonations.
And of course, later on today, if we can get ourselves organised, I don't know what time we're supposed to do it. He's signing his
1 o'clock.
Yeah, signing his lease today, so that's what we've got on the cards for today. But it's Nova Dover, whatever his name, apparently getting kicked out of Australia by Border Control Service in front. Yeah, well, again, it's just this anti-vax. We should have a society of people who can make informed decisions, right? But if I was a business owner, right, and I wanted to protect my clientele, I should be given the right to say you can enter with, if you can show us proof of vaccination. This should be my right as a business owner. And I think we have this freedom of speech, freedom of being able to be arseholes, freedom of everything, politically correct society. Well, I don't want to be vaccinated because it's got mercury in there, or I can only be vaccinated because there's some sort of nanites in there. Or, oh, come on, just get a brain transplant, for crying out loud. Would be helpful. But yeah, so that's your right. It's your right not to be vaccinated, but it's not your right to walk into an establishment where they've specifically said, "I'm sorry, right? If you're not vaccinated, you're not welcome." End of story. This is my establishment, not your establishment, which goes to being Australia. Australia said, this is our Australian country. You're not vaccinated, so you're not welcome. End of story. There should be no lawyers involved. End of story. But this is the way we've got to be politically correct. Who gives a... I don't even watch tennis. I don't give a damn, There's no rain in sight yet. But yeah, so the was it Nova? What? Novak, isn't it? Novak Djokovic. Doesn't even sound like a real name, does it? But anyway, 10 years younger. Yes, well, like he was at the meet up on on Friday morning. Two lovely girls sat beside him. He was in his element. I think that was probably what sparked the whole idea to take the beard off. But anyway. There's obviously there is a bullet with his name inscribed on it, and one of these girls will catch him. They've probably already got him marked, I
feel like I'm being sold off it in a bloody auction.
Yeah, that's right. I'm putting $10 on 6 months before some girl has him wrapped around his finger, if you know what I mean, who's taken me up on that bet?
Wait, didn't you make that bet against my little brother?
I think so.
New Year's Eve or something?
Something like that. But anyway, Todd Fair is he's got his work cut out for him. But yes, so there is a video coming out. Not this one that will be released, but the next one after that. We're not doing a cost of living video, but we've got some footage of cost of moving in. So we do take a wander through a couple of the shops around here to look at furnishing his unfurnished house, and we'll actually show you a picture of what that looks like very shortly. But this is how it's going to go. I'm just watching the time. Okay. Hi, Michelle. I always say your body, your choice, your ventilator, your casket. That's it. But again, it's me and my water filters. You either use a water filter or you are the water filter. It's same way, private is private. Police can only act in public. Yes, that is right. Yes, they try to act in private too. Don't worry. We've got the NSA always spying in the background of all these open conversations, and I'm pretty sure they've got a backdoor into YouTube, as well as Facebook, as well as most of the other social platforms. Thankfully, they don't have backdoors into Discord. That's end of story. So we can talk freely off air in our Discord channel between like-minded people. That's why you should be on our Discord platform. But anyway, moving right along. Again, the other caveat is the fact that if YouTube felt that I pushed too many freaking buttons out there, we do have our Patreon, right? And you can still be a Patreon member, getting advanced screenings of all those videos, but it won't be on YouTube. It'll be on Odyssey and maybe other platforms that I might choose to be on, which are all less scrutinised by artificial intelligence or Skynet or whatever you like to call it. But we will be around. We're not going anywhere. Todd Austin, I watched your videos. They weren't girls.
They were awesome company. It was a fantastic night, and I had an absolute ball. So.
Yeah, so what? The girls are girls. They just happen to have gear sticks. Don't worry about it. You can get them into high gear.
Morning, Marky Mark. Yes, the beard is gone. Thank you very much.
Come on, Mark. Come and join us. We're having a bit of a fun night, fun morning this morning for the next 40 minutes. Yes, yeah, just grow still well. I didn't actually see what message got deleted there, but yeah, just keep it clean. You know, we are still on YouTube, and you know there are communities. And there's my girl. Yes, darling.
Excuse me. You have to talk.
Yeah, we're doing the live stream now for 40 minutes. 1 p.m. we're going for.
Right now him call now already. Now him just wait.
He's waiting now.
Yeah, him just waiting now because have real people how him come and she have
Okay,
to go
so
somewhere.
looks like we're going to get. We'll finish up here at 11 and we'll get ready
Yes,
to go.
I think to go first.
Yeah, what? 40 minutes.
40 minutes now, but
Yeah.
now she's just
Yeah,
wait.
I'm not dressed yet.
Okay.
40 minutes. I'm not dressed. I got to put a shirt on, put you know the whole thing. Yeah.
11.
Yeah, so 11 half.
She called me 2 times, 3 times now already. Him start
Really?
already. Yeah.
Okay, well we might
I
actually
don't know,
work up.
just tell me.
Yeah, no, if you can say 11 half, we can be there 11 half, okay?
Huh?
11 half, 11:30. Okay.
Well, I just messaged and I said we were meeting at 1 p.m. He said, okay, today we meet at 1 p.m.
He just confirmed with Todd 1 p.m.
ไม่ใช่ 1 p.m. but him call me back.
Oh,
Him
well,
call me already
he said,
now.
said
And
10.
now.
Just tell him sooner. The earliest we can be there is 11 half, 11:30.
Okay, 11.
We can't go any earlier.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so we sort that one out. No problem. It makes no difference if we go now. It's still going to take half an hour to get ready and pick you up and all that sort of stuff. But he was okay for 1 o'clock, so it's 11:30 now. It's all good. Just call him.
That's Thai time, mate. It's Thai time.
11:30. Yeah. Okay.
ฮัลโหลค่ะ
Okay.
เดี๋ยวเข้าไป
Anyway,
ตอน11 โม
anyway.
งนิดหน่อยๆแล้วกัน
So it's a busy day today. That's all. John G. Getting settled, mate. And Mark Thailand, Don Burke's younger brother. That's right. Install Surfshark. Put your VPN in the country. Bruce, when I need a VPN, I don't have to use a VPN all the time, but VPNs are still corporate owned and they still have certain regulations. But yeah, I've got ExpressVPN. If you go to my website, you'll actually see what they call a referral link there. You get a month off free if you subscribe, and also gives me a month free as well. But yeah, if you take my referral link. But yeah, ExpressVPN, that's the one I would recommend. It's not a paid sponsorship. They don't pay me to say that, but I've been using it for years. Take your time, they're fun, yes. But anyway, what I wanted to do is just highlight the things that brought this up, right? So let me share that with Todd as well. Where are we? There we go. Sort of go live with that, put that up there. Yeah, so this was the video that first got demonetized. This one here, the commercial cannabis industry of Thailand. Of course, me just mentioning the word cannabis is probably going to have this live stream now demonetized. Whereas what the YouTube AI has no clue about is the fact that cannabis is a legal medicinal substance here in Thailand. It is legal in America for most of the states in America. It's not legal under federal law in America, but again, what part of the law YouTube have to comply with, I really don't know. But this was a legitimate discussion. As we flick through it, I said, we go to, well, where are we? We wander around over up there. Yeah, so we're in there, and we see cannabis plants, right? And we talk to these guys. We talk to the growers, right? And we find out some legitimate information about how the product is grown and what they do with certain parts of the product. Then of course we go and talk to where was it? I think it was this. Was it? No, it wasn't there. Oh, that's right. It was this guy here. We go to this stand here, right? This Siam Bio, right? Which is they actually take those products from the plant and actually make medicinal products. Skincare products and alternate analgesics and things like that. Again, a legitimate business talking about this, but for some reason YouTube felt that this thing here, right, is certainly not the sort of material that advertisers want to advertise against. Now, this might be the case, but at least review it. It's a legitimate video. What's going on here, you know? You just can't win with these assholes. They really are. But anyway, this is a thing that shook the book. You know, like really, this video should have got more than 2,000 odd views, you know, because it was a legitimate, you know, top on, spot on, you know, let's talk about the cannabis industry here in Thailand. And there should be no reason why they would demonetize that, apart from the fact that, you know, there is tags in the video there. What tags have we got? That didn't work. Yes, it is coming up now. Go on, load. Really? Oh, okay. Typical. Yeah, it's going to sit there and spin all day. Yeah. But yeah, so it had tags in there, talked about cannabis and, you know, pot and, you know, marijuana had those sort of tags in there. And again, trying to get an audience, trying to, you know, increase your reach, which I think that reach part worked, but the advertisers don't want to be in front of that sort of stuff. Really? You got the wrong advertisers. But anyway, the second one the second one of these things that we had a problem with was the short. There was the one here with Todd. This one here, this is funny. This little piece here was funny.
What are you doing, Todd?
Hey, stroking the pussy.
Stroking the pussy?
Yeah.
Your first pussy in Thailand.
My first pussy in Thailand.
Oh my God, I not believe. Survive.
Now, in that video, where was any swear word? This one was demonetized because of profanity. Where?
Okay.
Where was the profanity in that? Not a single profane word. Pussy cat is a pussy cat. Really?
Yeah.
This is what's happening with YouTube now. This is really what's happening. It is beyond a damn joke now. I really can't believe that they go to that sort of extremes of trying to sort of demonize the word pussy for some reason. What?
Well, does it mean they're gonna demonetize all the Pussycat songs? I mean,
I have no idea.
A successful band that sold millions of records, MP3s, downloads worldwide, called the Pussycats.
Mm.
Now, are they going to demonetize or block or ban those?
I don't know. That one got reviewed, right, based on profanity, and the human side has said no, we're agreeing with the AI. That's profane. What? So even humans are agreeing that there was use of profanity in that video. It's a meme, for crying out loud, you know. The whole YouTube scene is completely going down a path of self-destruction right now. Again, my content will be on Odyssey, right? And I might find out a few other platforms that we might get content on as well, but I have to host it somewhere. So, you know, but we're going to start to push the envelope a little bit more. You know, as we were saying last night, you know, we've got a situation, and the guys were saying there, look, Warren, they're like, you know, the difference between you and the other channels that we watch you because, you know, the reality, but honestly, you're toning it down for YouTube. Yes, because I'm trying to conform to their community guidelines and be an upstanding model citizen on YouTube. Whereas, you know, as I said, a lot of other vloggers that they watch here in Thailand, they change who they are on YouTube because what you see on YouTube is not who they are in real life. So the guys are saying, we want to see more of who you are in real life on YouTube, which does include a bit of swearing, but, you know, I still try to keep that to a minimum. But yeah, I do. I tone things down because, you know, you're trying to, you know, you're not trying to push the envelope with them because they make up newer and fancier rules in YouTube, and it's becoming a platform that, Well, they enjoy a couple of $100, dollars a month, to buy Chanya a dress and buy coffee and buy little knickknacks and shout people drinks and you get the idea. But hey, that's the way it is. We're falling down a hole of what we're seeing in regular society. Wear a mask. Masks are a great idea, and I think for your own protection you should wear a mask. But again, it should be your choice whether you wear a mask, right? If you come near me and you're not wearing a mask, and you're not a friend of mine, well, I'm going to keep my distance because I don't know where you've been. We're not, as a society, we're not following the right models anymore. YouTube's just one example, but the rest of the world is going down this politically correct, conform, bow down to your master bullshit that we're having to deal with, and it's just becoming an absolute joke. Well, not on this channel anymore. We're getting back to the whole no bullshit, and you'll get that those videos will probably get demonetized for the use of the word bullshit. But hey, such is life. Anyway, missing the point of what everybody else is saying. Obviously, no human reviewed those videos. That's the problem. Yes, the cannabis one still hasn't been reviewed. Well, that's done its time now. If you're going to flag it, it has to be reviewed instantly or within 24 hours before it goes to public. Right? That's the thing. They just don't even do their job anymore. And that was, I try to get things out on time. Like, does that sit in your unlisted videos until they pull their finger out? No, it's ridiculous. So you just got to bite the bullet. And I want the content out there. It's not too concerned about it, but it's a joke. It really is.
Dowlow, I don't know.
Todd Austin T-shirt. It's like Steve Austin, the $6 million man.
$1 million man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's something. We have to put that on the list.
I'm gonna do the pose, something like
Todd Austin, the $16 million man.
No, the 5 million baht man. That's about it.
That's it, is it? Steve Monash, yes, we are living in a virtual North Korea run by CCP and sanctioned by cancel culture. I couldn't have said it better than Stephen. That's exactly what we're dealing with right now, and it is becoming an absolute joke. We as a people need to just lift our game and just say no, right? We need to take a stand on this stuff, right, and go a different direction. That's how I've done my life for 30 odd years, The public go that way, I've gone that way. That's how I retired early. Same as Todd, the public went that way, he went this way, he retired early. The people who are over here retired early, basically the people who didn't conform to the current cancel culture society. Expecting governments to save your ass, expecting governments to pay you when you get old, expecting governments to put in the infrastructure, because your family doesn't take care. You get the idea? It's just really, you've got to look after yourself. Pay yourself first, as they say. 20% of your income should go into a holding account that you don't touch. You get that routine in the place before everything else. Once you've done that, then you can start to look at your living expenses on top of that. 20% of what your take-home pay is, that's after tax. They can't touch it, and reinvest it into like a private superannuation fund or other sort of systems, right? You're only paying for what what it increases on. You don't even pay tax on your capital gains, but that's, again, capital gains is a good idea. If you're putting it away, then make some money, right? Pay your due, but yeah, pay yourself first. Anyway, it's a shame as people like you put a lot of time and effort into their channels for the treatment and by Screwtube. Yeah, well look, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I think people generally do like my channel. How many subscribers we got now? 9,550 something subscribers now. So we're getting to the 10k mark. People are starting to take notice. Even in that video for the cannabis, we're talking to the doctor in the the bioscience stand there, and after the 10 minutes talking to him, he says, I've seen you on YouTube. You go places now, and they start to recognise who you are. it's quite gratifying that doctors actually sort of see your content. But again, why doesn't what are we doing wrong? I think probably the thing that we're doing wrong is I'm not playing the YouTube game. I'm toning things down. I'm conforming to their pussy society. I'm not being myself. So we're going to start to go down this no bullshit angle and see how we go, and see if we can start to lift our game a bit more. People want reality. Let's give them some reality. Well, without the swearing, of course. Anyway, on a lighter note, anyway, we've covered that subject for 30 minutes. On a lighter subject, I thought we might just throw that one up on there. Look at this.
Oh, the memories.
Oh, the memories. It's been 40 years. On January 7th, 1982, 40 years ago, Commodore 64, manufactured by Commodore International, was the first shown to a large gathering of potential users at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. The 8-bit $595 priced computer was substantially less expensive than the more powerful than other personal computers on the market offered by IBM, Apple, and Atari, largely because Commodore made its own chips. The C64, and as its name implies, had about 64K of RAM. I don't know how you could run.
Yep.
64K of RAM.
Yep.
Technically superior sound, graphics specifications than available from its competitors like Apple II and Atari. Because I think Apple II was only black and white, and that was in colour. The Atari 800, I think they had a pretty good sound chip in them, but again, graphics were a bit. Consequently, C64 dominated the home personal computer market for most of the 1980s, and it became the largest selling single computer model in history up to that time. The Commodore 64, it could be connected to the TV set, therefore it didn't require the acquisition of expensive colour monitor, and thus became a best-selling home computer in history. Well, I didn't actually have one. I had a Sega, which was, again, it had an even better sound and graphics chip, but unfortunately Sega was made, the Sega was made by Sega, and it was a family company who really just made a lot of wrong decisions. They should have whipped their ass at Commodore, because they had a far technically superior game chip in there. They were running a Z80 as opposed to the Commodore C64's chip. But hey, that's history's done and dusted for that one. We're all good. What do I get? Yeah, don't forget to hit that like, guys. Yeah, we do have our super chat. If you think this sort of content's good, the way we beat their system is, hit it up for a couple of bucks on the super chat, and we're all good. It solves their problem of, if they don't decide to run ads on it. And we do have our membership and our Patreon, and you can even buy me a coffee. It's a link down below. Shout me a coffee. It's all up to you. It's always appreciated, never required. We'll still do the same content we're doing, whether you tip us or not. But anyway, if you want to make the little jar thing, the little bell go, then just hit that super chat thing and see your name come up in the lights. Oh, well, bro, oh, sweet. Anyway, Douglas Wilson, good morning, guys. Hope you're as well. Hello from Lamporn. I think I've said that wrong, but I know roughly where that is. That's the north of here, I think. My first computer, I guess you're saying, yes. Nothing wrong with the red phone boxes and snail mail. Well, yeah, what can Superman change in if there's no red phone boxes? Honestly. They turned down my BlackBerry. They turned my BlackBerry off last week. Did they?
They're still running BlackBerries. They're still running it.
Well, it was running as a corporate, because the corporate industry sort of, was still using. A lot of people hadn't moved away from the BlackBerry technology, and they had to draw the line somewhere. I knew it was due to happen, but I didn't know exactly when it was going to happen. Okay, see Billy Price. Tell Chanya that Billy from USA and Jora, my girlfriend from the Philippines, say hello. I will make sure I do that. My first computer was a Sinclair, then moved up to the moved to ATT, floppy drive, then Osborne, and then on. So again, another person there who's gone a little bit of a different route than the Commodore. But yeah.
I've still got mine, believe it or not. It's in storage back in Australia, along with the 5.25 floppy drive, the dot matrix printer, and I've still got half a box of dot matrix paper. I think it might be worth something one day. I mean, geez.
Is it the Audacity? They keep interrupting me with work. Gonna have to watch the replay. Really? Okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Maybe they're just limiting our feed, I don't know. We've got a static stream being streamed at a Discord. That shouldn't affect this, not with a half a gigabyte upload speed.
I think Ralph's work is annoying him, so he's coming and going. He can't watch the stream full time.
Oh, okay. Well, these are always up unless, of course, they pull it off. I haven't had any videos pulled off. So, the worst they do is demonetize them. So I'm not breaching terms and conditions. I'm just I'm breaching their advertiser friendly guidelines, which is a different sort of side of the cake, But yeah, I'd rather I'd rather take money from the advertisers than take money from my friends. That's always been my mentality behind this. But as I said, if you want to buy me a coffee, you want to super chat me, whatever, I'd love it. I think it's great. Tells us we're doing something good. Thoughts on how tourism will be over in the next few months? Well, I did have a picture here. This is the latest news coming out from Thailand. Thailand news summary by Thailand News Reports. Alcohol consumption in restaurants in 69 rezoned orange provinces will be banned starting tomorrow. However, 8 blue zone provinces, which is like Bangkok and the other 7, will be provinces approved for tourism are exempt. So we were looking down the barrel of that yesterday. That was the big talking point that was going to be on the CCSA yesterday, was to actually reintroduce the alcohol bans at the restaurant bars. But looks like we dodged that bullet. But that was one of the reasons why we went in yesterday to Susie's to buy a round of shots and blah blah blah, and oh my god, and a few other things like that. So, but it was all good. Looks like we dodged that bullet. Travellers who received their QR code under the Test and Go scheme before its suspension are still allowed to enter the country under previous conditions while the situation is being assessed. Okay, so that means the fact that if you had been approved on the Test and Go scheme, or you got the QR code from them, then your booking for all information you placed is still good. They're going to honour that. They are going to reassess that probably in another 7 days, but it does give you a bit of saving grace. They were going to move it from the 10th to 15th, but just again, what they saw was a massive cancellation of air flights already. They saw that the spruiking that idea was really bad, but of course the horses out in the paddock, or the horses bolted on that one already. So I don't know what's the idiom.
The horses left the starting gate already.
Oh, yeah, the horses bolted or something. Yeah, so they say something and puts a massive panic. Yeah, the horses bolted. But yeah. Was the Minister of Defence discharged a naval officer. Boring. Thailand DCD has proposed its vaccination plan for children. That's a good idea, getting the children, because the fact that they're big spreaders. Koh Chang district authorities have sought help from police to locate 6 infected foreign visitors who left the island without waiting for their COVID-19 test results. As again, people should just adhere to the agreed rules. You come here on an agreed set of rules. That doesn't give you the right to break the rules. Again, the rules are there to protect everybody. People who want to do this shit, well, I'm sorry. I think there was the guy that did that a week ago. They caught him. He's been deported. He can't enter the country for 5 years or something like that. He's been deported for breaking those rules. Yeah, well, that's what'll happen. Rules are rules. We don't have to like the rules, but breaking the rules, that's a criminal offence. We don't make the rules here. We're just foreigners. The CCSA continues suspending the Text and Go's entry scheme. Lifted its ban on arrival from 8 African countries. That has been lifted and expanded the sandbox entry scheme to 3 provinces. That's interesting. So again, the new scare campaign. I think they're going to have to move to alien invasion because because obviously it's just not working. I did see one on. Sorry, I did see one. There was I think where is it? This is Odyssey, this is Odyssey, by the way. We're talking about that. Where is it? Flurona is here. Our democracy is burning. 7 stories to terrify you. Yes, Flurona. Yes, the first case of. I think it was down here somewhere. These are the channels that I'm following on Odyssey. Meme space. Anyway, Flurona. There's a case in France or something there of a girl that has been diagnosed with influenza and the Omicron variant of corona. So they've renamed it Flurona. So there you go. This the next big scare campaign is Flurona. Be careful of that one. It'll have you waking up at nights. Be careful. So anyway, where else? What else? You said go back there. Apparently, yes, the old cassette game loader. Love that game. Remember those noises they used to make? Oh my God. Prime Minister Chanya has ordered the Commerce Ministry to keep a close watch on the rising price of antigen test kits because there's always scalpers out there, taking advantage of it. He's trying to rope that in, but how effective that's been on their lottery systems really could be anybody's guess how this is going to pan out. And there you go. So Dowlow's done his $2, or actually $3, whatever it is. I think I can't control that. That's just the way the systems are automatic. I can't say specific amounts. It just does that. It annoys me.
Deposit on Todd Austin tea for a friend.
Yeah. There we go. A Thai customer has been threatened with a costly lawsuit here in Koh Yai after she complained about the hotel on a website and gave it a low rating following her stay there. Look, this is something that happens here in Thailand. You've got to be really careful about what you say on these, travel documentary sites. I'm just trying to think of names now. But yeah, negative reviews can often end you up in hot water. It's just the way, it's the country we live in. Defamation is rampant here. And it's probably, I think there was some report coming out a few weeks ago saying out of all the breaches in their online computer whatever policies, the behavioural policies that they've governed here in Thailand, the highest amount of complaints is to do with defamation. People saying something on social media that somebody else, well, it's what they call, it's losing face. You can't say those sort of things because they will lose face. And you just got to, it's best not, if you can't say something good, say nothing at all. And if you're going to leave a low rating, just put a 1 star, but don't say why. Don't get involved in the discussion. And there's Sean. G'day, Sean. How you doing?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good.
Recovering.
Recovering. There we go.
Sorry, I don't know if you guys were at Susie's last night, but gal I was with, she knows the owner of Hemingway, so he closed that place down.
Did he? Okay. How does that fit in? So the owner of Hemingway?
Well, I don't know if Hemingway's over on Soy 11.
Okay.
I know the owner, so I ended up over there. You guys were at Susie's.
Oh, okay. Oh, you ended up over there.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. So well, I think we left Susie's about 10 and followed. Was it Andy? And they went to 22. and we were there for a bit. Then they ditched us, and well, tough. We'll just go home. We got a live stream in the morning, so it was all good. Defecation in public is banned. Yes, it is. And don't leave home without your underwear on. Stephen Monash Novak is the only person that wants to stay in Victoria. Yeah. I always thought that was the weirdest thing. You know, the only person who wants to be in Victoria is the guy that got kicked out. But again, that's the fun part of it. What have we got? 10 minutes there. You want to know roughly where we are? So, you know, we're over here, and I'm not going to exactly put the place, but Todd's around this area here. Is the new place, and I was going to show you a couple of pictures before we close out. Where's our Google Photos? So that's a video coming up. You'll see that one. But here we go. This is the picture of the house. So this is what he's managed to score himself. Nice little three bedroom digs. It needs a bit of yard work. But we as soon as we finish up here, which is, you know, very, very quickly, we're going to be heading off and seeing the guy at 11:30 out there and signing the lease. And we're all good. We're all up and running. He's got his bank account sorted out, and that was a challenge from last week we had, but it's all moving forward. All love it. But yeah, so nice little, it's 3 bedrooms, so bedrooms upstairs, got the main bedroom there, it's got a little balcony. It looks like a beautiful place. Yeah, we'll do a bit more. I won't do a video today, but when we get some furniture in there, we'll probably do a tour.
That's the whole thing. I need to go furniture shopping. It does have furniture, but I need to, for the first time in a few years, actually go furniture shopping.
What boss wants to know is there a spare room for you? There's 2 spare rooms. One will be the computer room, and the other one will be a guest room, I guess, probably for when his brother comes over. But I'm sure that if you treat him right, you know, then he might be inclined to let you stay for a night. If you, anyway, I'm not going to speak for Todd. It's his house. No.
No, well, I mean, it's like we've got Marky Mark who's down south, and we've got Mayor Groves who's down south, and we want to get together and we've got 2 locations to have the Aussie barbecue now, so instead of them worrying about hotel or accommodation, need another spare room, we've got one. So
we can always throw things on the floor, Ties are used to sleeping on floors. I've done that before, and you can't say no if they provide you with one of those little 2-inch thick foam mattresses to sleep on. Be thankful it's not the bare concrete. Chantanamburi, we went out there a few years back now for Songkran, and you found myself sleeping on a hard concrete floor with I think it was just with only a 1-inch thick piece of foam. But hey, this is Thailand. That's what happens sometimes. Kimbo's joined us, Eddie. Kimbo, how it goes? Well, you can always come on, say hello, but we're gonna do a quick exit here in just 6 minutes, because we're gonna go and do the lease signing. Mr. Mitch, did I hear spare room? Happy New Year, everyone. Okay, Mr. Mitch, how you doing?
Mr. Mitch.
Couple of mark up. I didn't turn that thing off, did I? Sean's not there, not showing his camera, but that's all good. But yeah, so things are moving along. So we've got a couple of videos in the can. So we've already got 3 videos in the can for next week. There's one here that'll be released for you. I think you got a preview. Patreons and members got a preview of it, and if you're following us on Facebook, you probably got a preview on that one yesterday. But it'll go public after I get dressed or something like that. Anyway, great to see everybody in the chat. Yes, it's great to have everybody here. And again, we are continuing with our live stream format, but we are focusing on this hour presentation, so you don't have to listen to me rambling on for 2 hours. That's one reason. Hopefully try to condense it, because we have been finding ourselves a little bit lacking for content lately, because the only thing you can talk about these days is the bullshit COVID situation, and they don't like talking about that. That's something, another thing that they will demonetize your channel for, or demonetize your video for, is any mention of the word virus or COVID or whatever. They just sorry.
You said the C word.
I said the C word, the other C word, but oh my God, it is ridiculous, the bullshit we have to deal with. Yeah, F star star K U tube. Yes, end of story. But don't forget, we're on Odyssey. That will continue. I can make special videos out of Odyssey and have no fear of ever being, and Bossa Nova, the deposit for your spare room. there you go.
Captain Car, boss.
There you go. But yeah, so this is what's happening. There we go. And he makes a little thing, just a little bit, and it goes just jingle, jingle, jingle. That animation broken. No, there it is. It fills the cup up here. There you go. What if I can speed that animation up? It needs to go a bit faster. Anyway, I love this. I love Australia and my Australian brothers. That's it. Well, I don't hate Australia. I just hate the way Australia's being run right now. Talk about snowflake commercial entities. Like Australia is probably the biggest snowflake out there at the moment. Run by a bunch of born-again Christians. Nothing wrong with Christianity. But when it becomes politics, that's where you've got to draw the line somewhere, guys. Honestly, elections are coming up. Anybody out there who is choosing to follow a political party that wants to push religion down your throat, right? They don't deserve to be in government. That's the end of the story on that one. Sorry. That's my opinion, and I certainly won't be talking to them. Yeah, Rob, it's all good. Just been working on the car, so couldn't join for day. It's all right. No problem. Join if you can. If you can't join, then that's it. Well, it's always, it'll be there for later. Anyway, what are we going to close out with? What else we said? We did that. We talked. We elections for. Praise the Lord. End of story. Oh my God. Anyway, let's just go full screen on there. We're good again. And
yes, Mayor Groves, Wazza and I are off to help with the help of Chanya to sign the lease. In about 10 minutes or so. Yeah,
I just got to throw some shorts on, and make sure I got my underwear on. Just check that. Yeah, so I got the underwear on. But yeah, I'm not standing up, guys. No. No. Where's I got to find where's the closing screen? There it is. There, we got that ready to go. What do we got? A minute to go? 2 minutes to go? We might as well close it out now. Great having you guys along. Don't forget 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. We're going to get a bit more tight on this one here. We're going to try to be pushing the 3 videos out a week. A little bit more. This is what you expect if you meet us in public. There will be less politically correct videos, and no more bullshit. No bullshit channel. Oh my God! I got to get it straight in my head first before I can really push it. Anyway, Jim Collis, thanks for joining us. Robert, Darlo, Mr. Mitch, Steve Monash, Boss. Who else? Kimbo, scrolling up there. Malcolm K, General Desperado, blah blah blah. Yeah, you're just the usual crowd. Great having you guys along. See you next week, and let's have no more bullshit. Bye for now. Peace out and stay cool.
I want you to lift me up so